Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Woodbridge. What's the next line? The best town around. That's the way to do it. Now, first, I want to say that I am shocked and appalled that some of you would attempt to take advantage of the situation here and get free coffee and free food and free resources and free, people telling you all about health and wellness things, and you're not even senior citizens. This is a senior summit. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to ask everybody who's not a senior, just please get out of here. It's not fair to those who really need these services. Oh, one guy's actually going. Good job. Well, anyway, welcome to our senior summit. This is always a lot of fun because we get a chance to show off a little bit and talk about all the great things we have going on. And more importantly, we get to introduce you, not even you because you're here and you're around and very active, but more so for people watching on TV who can't always get here, although with our new senior transportation, that's no longer an excuse, but I'll get into that later. Some people can't get here, don't know about the programs, so this is a chance for us to get on TV, show this over and over again on TV 35, and let everybody know about what's happening in Woodbridge. Let me quickly introduce who's up here. Far right, Vito Simaluka, Recreation Director. His left, Greg Ficarra, Councilman at Large. His left, Vera Patel, 4th Ward Councilman. My left, Dennis Green, Health Director. His left, Diane Mantegas, Senior Transportation Coordinator. To her left, Michelle Morgan, who runs the Office on Aging, and Shirley Genty, who runs the Evergreen Senior and Youth Center. So let me start with the one thing I know the most about, and then I'm going to turn it over to Greg, because Greg has another event to go on. Greg wore a suit today. Greg Ficarra wore a suit, so I've got to let him speak. I got to let him talk. So let me start with we got some more ladies here. We got Sandra, we got Cynthia, and we got Liz. They were some of our senior coordinators. Let me start by talking about what's going to happen. I guess it's now 10 days away. On June 1st is our 350th anniversary. That is a sesquicentennial. We all know what that word means now. We didn't know what it meant a year ago. That day is June 1st on Merrill Park on a Saturday. It's going to start at 10 o'clock. There's going to be an old-time baseball game. We did this a couple of years ago. These guys, they travel the state, they travel the region, tri-state area, and they play 1800s-style baseball, and we have a team that's actually going to play against them. My money's on the team that plays all the time. They play with a very hard ball. They don't have mitts, they don't have gloves, although they do have anything on their hands? Nothing on their hands. They have a bat that doesn't look like a bat, it more looks like a broomstick you play on stickball on the street. The pitches bounce, it's all complicated. Oh, Nancy Drum, our 1st Ward Councilwoman's here. It's a very complicated game, but they're going to play against us at 10 o'clock. And then at 11:30 in Merrill Park, we have the community playground, which was built 20 years ago this year. So this has its 20-year anniversary. About 80 kids from the JFK Advanced Placement and Environmental class were there last weekend painting and putting in mulch and doing a whole kind of project to spruce it up. It was a wonderful day for them. And then we have 5 straight concerts. 12 o'clock is the Tom Chapin Band. That is a band geared toward kids. 2 o'clock is the Nerds. They're like a millennial band. A lot of 20s and 30-somethings like them. I'm long past those ages, and I like them. They'll play songs you all will have heard. They're a really, really good band. They're targeted to the younger crowd, but everybody can appreciate them. At 4 o'clock, we have the Jazz Lobster Band, which played at, you know them? They played at the middle school, didn't they? And I heard they were great. And they're more geared toward the senior population. So that's going to be great. At 6 o'clock, we have a Bon Jovi tribute band. I think they're called Wanted DOA. We saw them at a showcase in January when our concert promoter brings all his new acts. We saw them, we loved them, we booked them. And then at 8 o'clock, we have the Max Weinberg Jukebox Band. That's Max Weinberg as in Bruce Springsteen's drummer. So I'm starting a rumor that Bruce Springsteen might show up. I'm just starting it now. It's absolutely not true, but let's go with it. And more people might come out. So Bruce Springsteen might show up, folks. I mean, it's true. I'm not lying. He might show up, right? He might. I don't know what his schedule is. He likes Max. They go back 20, 30 years. He might show up. And then all day there's going to be food trucks. The Island Knights of Columbus is recreating the Island Fair. They're going to have pizza that's authentic from the fair. They're going to have I'm a member, ribs, zeppelis, and clams, and of course a beer truck. There will be wine. There'll be what do you call those spike seltzers, all available there. And then the Boy Scouts are going to walk around with water and have a water station. They're going to make some money. And the Girl Scouts are going to have a soda station and walk around and sell sodas and make some money. So it's a day of fun. Did I say bouncy houses and all those different things for the kids? It's going to be a wonderful day. I'm a little afraid of it because I don't know how many people are going to show up, but the whole middle of the park where the circle used to be is going to be taken up by all the activities, and everywhere else there's parking. All the parking lots, there's nothing else in the park that day, nothing else. So there's plenty of parking in all the different parking lots, and in some of the grass areas, if there's overflow, there'll be parking on the grass areas. So there's no excuse to say, I won't have any place to park. Everything except the center is going to be parking. So it's going to be a great day, and I really hope you all come out and partake of the activities. Now, since Greg has to get to another event, he wants to talk about a program that he's starting in his wellness. Every council person has their own area of interest, their own thing that they care a lot about, and Greg's is wellness. He's been our liaison to the Wellness Committee. He's done so many great things in the last several years, but this program he's starting with Wegmans is really, really cool. So I'm going to ask Greg to come up and explain that.
Thank you. Good morning, active older Americans. Good to see you all. I just want to say that if any of you have a Fitbit, I'm in a Fitbit challenge with that guy right there, and he's getting steps while I'm talking to you, so I'm going to make this very short. Before we talk about the walking program, can you all, if you're capable, please stand up for me? Everyone stand up. Let's face that way and give all the people that are here today with their services a big round of applause. Let's raise the roof. Thank you all the various departments of town. Thank you very much. You can sit back down and I'll talk about the Wegmans program. Wegmans approached us about their Passport to Walking program, where we select walking areas around town. The track being one of them, if you're a member here, Warren Park, Alvin P. Williams, Merrill Park, the tracks at our 3 high schools, some of our playgrounds. We're going to put together a booklet with an explanation. We're also going to rate it for how easy it is or how hard it is. And each time you go, you'll have a booklet, and you could mark on the booklet, there'll be an indicator at each walking area. When you complete each walk, and it's a period of time of 6 months, you turn the booklet in. You'll probably be turning it in here or many of our facilities, and you go into a raffle for a $250 gift certificate to Wegmans. So that's a nice side, but the reason for it is to get us out and walk. And looking around out there, I've seen a lot of you out walking. So just wanted to announce that. That'll be rolling out, and we'll probably present it more at the senior clubs. But thank you for coming out. Make sure you stay active. If you have friends, we all know that aren't as active as you and get out, it's our responsibility to get them out. So thank you very much. You have a question for me? We'll add that. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. Okay, that's good. No, that's a good suggestion.
I don't remember where it is. LeGrand Park? Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. That's a Eagle Scout did that. We forgot about that. That's a good idea. Thanks.
Thank you.
So what Greg, he mentioned he's got a Fitbit. He has not been below 10,000 steps a day on his Fitbit in 4 years. 4 years times 365, that's 1,460 days at least that he has done 10,000 steps. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Greg looks like that and I look like this. That is exactly why. He's got, look at that. His stomach, his chest and his stomach are in a straight plane. From his nose to his chest to his stomach is the straight plane. Anybody else? How about you? How about me? No. So, anyway, I can't make this stuff up. So now let me turn it over to the head of the health department, Dennis Green. who's been here a long, long time. He's started with the town many years ago, worked his way up, and has been the director for 15, 16, 17 years, something like that. Before I was mayor, he was director, and he was so good we kept him. Let me let him talk a little about the health programs in general, and then we'll let each one of these people talk specifically about their area of expertise. So Dennis Green.
Thank you, Mayor. So it's really a pleasure to be here today. I'm really excited to share with you some of the programs that we do for the seniors. I'm not going to talk about all the programs because we do have a number of staff here to talk about their individual programs, and I don't want to steal their thunder. But two things I want to share with you today is, one, we do a number of different services, a number of different divisions where we provide services. Some are specifically for the seniors, like the senior transportation, the senior centers, multi-service division of aging, in all those senior centers. So they're really terrific programs, and we really want you to take advantage of those. But secondly, there's other divisions like addiction services, health education, and nursing. They're here today too. They're not exclusively senior services, but we do a number of different services for the seniors. So, for example, nursing division. Nursing division does a lot of different things like communicable disease investigations, childhood vaccination audits, and those type of things, but they also do the annual flu vaccine clinics, and they do them at the senior centers. Many of you, I think, have taken advantage of it. I recognize a lot of people here today, so I'm glad to see you. So we do that, and we also do at the senior centers, the nursing, they do the blood pressure, hypertension screenings there. So a number of you probably have seen them there. They go to a lot of the clubs at the different senior centers, so they do it on a regular monthly basis. So I hope you take advantage of that because they're very important screenings, and they're exclusively for you. Addiction Services, we have Chris here from Addiction Services. Addiction Services is obviously one of our newer programs. We're very excited about that, but that program is also available to all the seniors and families in the township. So if you have any questions or any concerns about it for you or your family members, they're a great resource. They have a lot of good information. They can guide you and give you information to help you guide you through any issues like that. And last but not least is health education. So Fern Coleman heads our health education program. You may not see her too often, but you probably know of her because she runs a lot of different programs or coordinates a lot of different programs at all the senior centers, the health center, and other locations. So what she does is when she finds a great program that could benefit you guys, she works with the senior center coordinators, or Shirley Genty, who oversees the coordinators, to bring those programs to you in those senior centers. So she also runs the Health Expo, which we have every fall at the Woodbridge Public Health Center, and our Public Health Day, which we run every spring in the Woodbridge Public Health Center. And lastly is the Women's Health Day, which is in September. So all those are all really terrific programs that she runs. And I want to leave you with this last thing: is our goal and our really our philosophy over at the health department is to bring all these senior services together in a seamless fashion. For example, we have the senior centers that run a ton of terrific programs, but if you can't get to them, it's a problem. So what we want is we want to utilize our senior transportation in a seamless fashion to get all the seniors there. So that's what I mean about how we want these programs and these different divisions to complement one another, so you can utilize them, but we want to try to make them as seamless as possible. So our goal is really to have all the coordinators of all these different programs really work together and bring them together, like health education within the senior centers, senior transportation to get you to programs, to get access to not just the senior centers, but your medical appointments, your shopping, all those different things. And the great thing is that we've been expanding these programs as we go along. Last couple of years especially, I've really seen an expansion of the number of programs we have at the senior centers and also the number of opportunities we have for senior transportation. So I really encourage you to take advantage of those. They're really great programs. And all the people up here are terrific. The senior center coordinators are in maroon, and you probably know them already more than you know me, which is terrific. And also, and I know the mayor's going to introduce the rest of the my team over here. So I want to thank you for putting up with me for a couple minutes, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. One of the ways you guys can find out about this, I know you might not be computer literate necessarily. If you are, that's great. You should sign up for our weekly newsletters, but you can also get them on your phone. And if you want to learn how to do that, I know Megan's 23, she knows all this stuff. I'm not, I don't know how to tell you how to do that. But we have people up here, I'm sure some of the people behind me can help you figure out how to get information from the town on our weekly updates right to your phone. So every Friday it comes out, it tells you what's happening that weekend, tells you what's happening the next week, and that's how people know what's going on in town. Dennis mentioned senior transportation. I have said this before, that for years people tried to convince me to do it. I never wanted to because I knew how bad the county, I shouldn't say this really, but there's nobody from the county here, so I can. They weren't good at it. They didn't do a great job, and I used to get a lot of complaints, and it wasn't us. And the worst thing you can do is if people think you're responsible for something that doesn't work when it's not your responsibility. So we finally got into the business, and it has been outstanding. We've gotten nothing but compliments. If I'd have known Diane Mantegas 5 years ago, we would have done it 5 years ago. I had no idea who she was. I see her around because her kids play sports, and I know her husband raises pigeons, and I knew of her, I knew her a little bit, and all of a sudden we hire her, and all of a sudden she's a hit, and all of a sudden Senior Transportation is just doing an amazing job. So I want to ask Diane to say a few words about it, and in advance thank her for the great job that she's done. She basically implemented this program with us, and her leadership has made it an asset for us instead of a liability like it used to be. So Diane?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So as the mayor said, my name is Diane Mantegas, and I work in the Senior Transportation Department. My department, in my opinion, is one of the most important within the township because we help to take care of our elderly and keep you moving. Whether it be transportation to one of our 3 beautiful senior centers to socialize, or here to the WCC for an exercise class, a weekly visit to ShopRite, or one of the many other places around the best town around, we get you there on time with a friendly face. For those of you that love the mayor's concerts, we also provide transportation on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. One of the most recent additions to our service is the ability to provide prompt service to medical appointments. That could include a general doctor visit or an ongoing physical therapy appointment. There are no tickets to buy, no money to exchange. The only thing we need is a client form and ID showing residency. So if you need more information, please call me to request a client form or just ask me general questions. The number to my office is 732-726-2394. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. The next young lady I'd like to ask to speak, Michelle Morgan, has been with the town for as long as I can remember. Way back when I worked here in the 90s, she was here. She runs the Multi-Service Program on Aging, and I'm not sure that's a great title. We may have to work on that because I'm not sure it really reflects what she does. I had a guy sitting in the audience right now just before said, "You see that lady over there? She's terrific." He said, "She got me a service. They came to my house. They did all kinds of work to make it energy efficient, and then they got me a new refrigerator with a grant." That's the kind of thing she does. It's unheralded, and her primary constituents are probably not you. Their constituents in the senior centers, and Diane, you're their constituents, but Michelle's constituents are home. Michelle's constituents are frail, elderly, homebound, not always able to get out, not always able to take advantage of services, but they're just as important to us as someone who gets out of the house. So I'd like to ask Michelle now to say a few words and maybe introduce those 4 lovely ladies over there who are the backbone of this department, this division, I should say. We got to get a better name. Let's have a contest of who can get a better name than Office of Multi-Service on Aging. I don't know what that means. I know what that means. But somebody reading our brochure doesn't know what you do. We got to come up with something better. So let me ask Michelle Morgan to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I want to present to you my colleagues. They are the backbone of our division, and the success of who we are is really because of them. Jody Snyder. So Jody runs our tax program. Our AARP is a national program, and we offer income tax preparation for free. We assist our elders in our community in filing their homestead rebates, as well as their property tax reimbursement applications. Jody handles and coordinates all of those. Melissa Krublit, Julie Hackler, and Allison Wisniewski. Those are our geriatric social workers. You guys are awesome. The success of our division is really because of them. And so, Older Americans Month is celebrated annually. For 2019, the theme is Connect, Create, and Contribute. When the mayor says that he welcomes this opportunity to show off our services to our older adult community, he should be proud, and we welcome the opportunity to showcase what Woodbridge Township has to offer its older adult community. And I'm in a position where I can showcase what our division does. Our clients, as the mayor described, are those seniors that are perhaps below poverty, low income, that live alone, are frail, housebound, shut-ins. Perhaps difficulty preparing a meal, getting dressed, bathing, getting transportation to get to a doctor. Our clients can also be caregivers, a son, a daughter, a neighbor, a friend. We receive referrals from a variety of resources, not only from our township fellow departments, but we also receive referrals from hospitals, nursing homes, Adult Protective Service when one of our older adults in our community is really struggling. When we go out to make a home visit, we conduct an assessment. We are there to provide you with services so that you can remain living at home as independent as possible. That is really the cornerstone, and that is the mission of our division, which is to maintain our seniors in our community for as long as possible, as safely as possible. For 2019, the Older Americans Month theme, which is Connect, Create, and Contribute. And I applaud the seniors of our community because you are the ones that make the Older Americans Act move forward. It is the Older Americans Act that funds low-income home energy assistance, which is, does anyone here have an electric bill? Yes? Anyone here have a gas bill? Yes? Anyone here have an oil bill? Yes. And so we like to stay cool in the summer and we like to stay warm in the winter. So the Older Americans Act funds these programs to assist elders such as yourselves to provide credit on these utility bills. And so I invite you to reach out to us for that kind of assistance. When the Older Americans Act goes for legislation annually, it also funds transportation, and our community has provided with Stowe in order that you as elders of our community can partake in all the services that we have to connect, to create, and to contribute. Without your contributions to our community, who is going to teach our younger generation? So seniors and caregivers, rarely, because of the population that we work with, which are the ones that are shut-ins and homebound, rarely do they know of all the services and programs that are offered to them, so that you are not alone. So if you have a friend, a neighbor down the street, and you notice the mailboxes piling up with mail, or perhaps you're noticing that they are becoming more frail, maybe they're not looking as great as they used to, give us a call. That's why we are there, to provide services so that they can remain at home independently as possible. Older Americans Month, the month of May, offers us the opportunity to share not only what our division has to do, but under the tutelage of our mayor and our director, Dennis Green, he really allows us to bring what geriatric social work was meant to be, which is to provide a service to those that are in need. And we as geriatric social workers, we have chosen the older adult community. So I applaud you. Thank you very much for contributing to the profession that we have chosen. Increasingly, the roles of the geriatric social work profession is expanding. At our office, we provide counseling, application assistance, we screen for services. So, our telephone number, so that you can call us and schedule an appointment. Our services are for free. They're for the older adults of Woodbridge Township and their caregivers. My number is 732-726-6262. We are obligated by HIPAA. The information and the conversations we will have with you will be confidential and private, and they will be in a private setting. I thank you for the opportunity to share what we do. I have a question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 732-726-6262. I want to thank the mayor for allowing us the opportunity to serve you. He offers us tremendous support, and our director tremendous flexibility, where we can really provide and stretch our arms and embrace the older adult community to bring to you what you deserve. So I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Michelle. It's very important. If you know somebody on your block, around the corner, in your neighborhood, a relative, a friend, just please, if they need the services, call for them. And Michelle and her team will get out to see them. Next up, I'd like to introduce Shirley Genty. I became mayor in late 2006. basically kept everybody who was employed by the town over. The town was running good. There was no reason to change, but we did add a few people here and there and start a few things. And one of the things we did was hire Shirley Genty in 2007. She now is in charge of the senior center. She's in charge of the Evergreen Youth Center. We'd love to put more youth centers around. We've been kicking around some ideas of where we can do that. But she's been a tremendous resource for the township of Woodbridge, and I'd like to ask Shirley to say a few words.
Thank you. Hi. Okay, so I'll keep this short and sweet. So basically we have an additional service that we provide out of the health department is our senior centers, which a lot of you are members of. So hello again. We have a great resource for you guys to get you out of the home, which is our goal at the senior centers throughout town. We want you to socialize with each other. We want you to have fun. So we have 3 centers located strategically around town. We have the Evergreen Center, which you will find Cynthia at, on Inman Ave in Colonia. We have Sycamore Senior Center, which is on Old Road in Port Reading, which you'll find Sandra. You recognize Sandra. And then we have our 5 branches, which is the newest center. It's going to be a year old, in Island on Brown Ave, and that's Liz, who is stationed out of there. They all do a great job. And the point of the centers is, like I said, to bring you out of the home. So what do? We try to have fun activities for you guys. We try to think outside of the box as well. We have Mahjong, which don't know what that is, but it's fun, apparently, I hear. We have the puzzle group, which I'm trying to be a member of, so if you see them, please put in a good word for me. We have exercise classes, any and everything. You can have dance classes. All of them are free. We have luncheons, which are once a month. They're very cute themed luncheons with good food. So you want to come over, have lunch on us. Well, not on us, there's tickets. That's also reasonably priced lunch on us. Where you kind of dance and socialize with each other, which is part of our core mission. And then also we provide trips for you guys. This week we're going to the Botanical Gardens, I believe on Friday. We go to the Playhouse. We go to AC as well once a month. So you want to go take your chances down there and have fun. We provide a whole plethora of services. We work with multi-services as well to do the expressions group that they provide to give information. So they do it throughout our centers there. We also have the card groups. It's a variety of services. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's out there for you guys to come join. Again, if there's transportation's an issue, you can always contact Stove. We have strategically placed every senior center throughout town so that transportation is not an issue for you, where it's like the distance is not an issue and you can partake wherever you are, whichever of the 10 sections of town you're located in. So hopefully it's something that if you're not participating in it already, you can come out and have fun with us, laugh with us, share stories, mingle, share information with me so I can learn wisdom and stuff through you, as well as the other staff that's there at the different centers as well. Again, it's a unique service that a lot of towns don't offer as much as of the programs and stuff that we do, so we take pride in it. So we just want you to have fun and enjoy yourselves and come out and spend some time with us, so thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Shirley mentioned the puzzle group. Shirley is good at a lot of things, but doing jigsaw puzzles is not one of them. She had these 2 puzzles. One was a face, a giant face, 550 pieces of a tiger, which she started, and then she had one still in the box of a wolf, which she didn't start. So she challenged me, and she gave me the wolf puzzle. And this is a really difficult puzzle because it's not like a square or a rectangle. You just find the end pieces and start there. It's all jagged. So it was very, very difficult to do the puzzle. So she gave me the wolf. I brought it back in about 10 days, finished, glued, all set to go. She accused me of cheating. I don't know how you cheat when you do a jigsaw puzzle. You can't cheat. But she's still not done with the tiger. She had the ears mixed up. She had the ears mixed up. But anyway, so she wants to have a fair competition. She wants to bring out the 2 puzzles and we'll sit down and race. I don't have that kind of time. I do it when I get home at night or when I'm listening to the Yankee game. I don't have time to sit there and do a puzzle. But anyway, Shirley's great. That is a perfect segue into what's going to be the Hickory Center at Ford's. A little later on questions, unless you want to say something nice to me. She had to let me win? Oh, no, you don't know Shirley. You don't know Shirley. Shirley, she's not, I don't know if she's political, I just know she's competitive. And she would not let me win. So anyway, the way this worked over the last couple of years is whenever some of these buildings become available, we've captured them, we've gotten them and turned them into something. So one of the first ones was the Port Reading Knights of Columbus was struggling, like a lot of organizations with membership and with rentals. So we turned their building into a condo. They kept the top floor. We bought the bottom floor and made it the Sycamore Center. Island American Legion was struggling. So we took their building and bought it, let them lease the section from us for their meetings, and we made the 5 branches. Hope Lawn VFW was struggling. We arranged for that to be bought and turned into a senior building for residences, and they still have a spot for their meetings. The school's 2 and 16 property was vacant. Somebody came in, the same developer came in and made Reinhardt Manor. So that's been our strategy, is to see these opportunities for senior centers and senior housing. Well, the Ford's First Aid Squad was struggling and then went out of business, and then moved the operation over to the Ford's Firehouse. So that building was available. It took us a while, but we finally got control of it. And just last meeting, we awarded a $1.4 million contract to the winning bidder to go in and renovate it and turn it into another senior center. So what we're going to have now is, if you look at the map of Woodbridge, Colonia here, Port Reading, Seawarren here, Island here, and Ford's here. So kind of in 4 sections of town, we're going to have 4 separate senior centers. Some of you go all week and you hit all 3 right now. I've gone there on Monday, there's a Mardi Gras, Tuesday there's a New Orleans party, and Wednesday there's a Mother's Day party. You know, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Some of you go to all of them, which I think is great. So we're going to add another senior citizen center to that. I'm hoping it's done by the fall. It's also going to be a place where the scouts can meet at night and other things can happen. And the Ford's Women's Club, which has that little building next to it, we bought that, and they just had their last meeting in that building. They've emptied everything out into a pod, and they're going to have space in the Hickory Center for their meetings. They have certain times they meet, and they have a lot of tea socials and all that stuff. They're going to have exactly what they need in the Hickory Center, and then we're going to take that building down and make more parking. And we have a deal with the dance studio across the street. We can park in their lot during the day when they don't have dance classes, and they can park in our lot at night when we don't have anything going on, because there's no senior things at night or on later on Saturdays and Sundays. So it's a great partnership, and we're looking forward to that. So we will have our 4th senior center open in maybe the fall, maybe a little later, but we'll see. But it's part of our plan. It's been our focus since we got here to do as much as we can. More senior housing, more senior centers, and of course senior transportation. Related to all that is the Woodbridge Community Center, where we are today. That's run by Vito Samaluka, who's our recreation director. Vito also runs the club at Woodbridge. We purchased that in October. I have to tell you that the numbers of the club have been tremendous since we bought it. We right away started doing some work. We did the whole front over again. We did landscaping. We did the driveway over. The place starting to look really, really good. There's a contract now. The roofer's fixing the roof, and we awarded a contract just last night to fix the locker rooms, to bring in American with Disability Act compliance, because the building was built in the 70s where they didn't have ADA, so the owners didn't have to do it. We have to do it. It's the right thing to do to make it handicapped accessible. There wasn't proper fire suppression, because back then they didn't have to do it. We have to do it, so we're making it fire safe. We're fixing up the whole room next to Kids Sports. This place has gotten an awful lot of work. The floor here is done. The ice has been done. There's a brand new track. There's a brand new paneling and floors everywhere. This place has gotten a makeover. It's all under Vito's leadership, so I'd like to ask Vito to say a few words now about the Recreation Department.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I always like to say I have the second best job in town. He has the first. I have a lot of very talented people that I work with. They're all over there. If I mention, guys, raise your hand from the club and from WCC. Pam, Jenna, Jane, raise your hand, please. Raise your hands, don't be shy. So all of these folks, and Amanda from the club, and there's Trish from the club, and there's Megan from the club. So these are folks that we depend on, and they do a great job. We also have a partnership with APAC, which is the Avenel Performing Arts Center in town. And they're running some great specials on some matinees for seniors, some discounts. So we really like you for come and take advantage of that. If you haven't been to the Avenel Performing Arts Center, it's a beautiful location. It brings the arts to downtown Avenel. You know, when I took over, so my title is director, so that means the mayor directs what he'd want to see to me. So the 10 years ago when I took over, the mayor directed me to do 3 things with the seniors. Build and expand programs for them, get the word out to make sure that they attend, and then the last thing was to make sure that they're happy. So that's kind of, the third one's kind of hard. So are we happy? Everybody happy with the programs we have in town? Good. That's all under his direction, because he's the guy that pushes the envelope, that makes everything happen here. So I want to thank the mayor for doing all this, for not only the seniors, but for the kids in town and for the residents. This is the greatest town around. There's nobody that delivers services like we do, and I'm glad that all the seniors are out and are taking advantage of it. So I see a lot of familiar faces, and I'm very happy that you're all here. Thank you.
Thank you, Vito. A couple other people from town that are here. Our historian, former Councilwoman Brenda Velasco. She has done an amazing job as our town historian. There are booklets about all different parts of town. Just Sunday at the Barron Arts Center, I stopped by and saw her run a little forum with a bunch of old-time Colonia residents. I shouldn't say old-time, long-time. How's long-time? Better than old-time. Long-time Colonia residents. It was just a fascinating program. We filmed it if you want to see it on TV. But she organizes these tours and all kinds of lectures. It's just terrific what she's done as our historian. We've got the Division of Addiction Services here. Everybody here, I guarantee you, knows somebody whose life has been altered or ended by opiate abuse. People get addicted, people get hooked, and they often have nowhere to go. We've started this division under Dr. Bonnie Nolan. It's been an award-winning division. Bonnie goes all over the county and other places in the state. She's constantly getting recognized. It's so good, 7 other towns have us do it for them. So we started here, they've asked us to do it for them. That's how good she is. Alyssa's here and Chris is here from that division, so thank you, folks. Trying to think who else is out there. Whole lot of people. Our top guy for the building, Sparky's in the house. John Rasparsi's in the house, making sure the building runs. Anybody else out there I missed? But we also have been joined by 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. I don't know if all the council wants to speak. I think Nancy might want to say a couple of words real quick. Nancy Drum is our 1st Ward Councilwoman from Woodbridge and Seawarren.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks for everyone. I just wanted to echo some of Director Vito Simaluca's comments about the mayor. I am so proud and honored to be here today to celebrate all of our active older adults, but in addition to be with the mayor and be on a team with my council mates and administration that really listens to not only the seniors but everyone and takes action. He is amazing. I'm so happy to be part of all the additions and the changes that have occurred here with the seniors, of course, and the town at large. And I just always like to mention that the businesses that are here, I'm a chamber membership director, and most of the businesses here are part of the chamber. And it's amazing the sponsorship and collaborating that they do, the businesses, with all of our events. And I know a lot of them are here today, so I just wanted to shout out to them and thank you. And Diane, other than the fact that I thought you were reading off of a teleprompter, I have gotten rave reviews from you, and I think most importantly, I'm sure she's a wonderful leader in that department and the new department. She's very kind. She's very sweet, and she's very kind, and she really cares. And most of the team here, you know, everyone cares about you. So thank you for being here, and to the seniors that are at home, thank you for being part of this great town.
Anybody else, Deb? Anybody else? All right, well, thank you all for watching. We can't be the best town around unless we're the best town for seniors around, and I think after you see everybody behind me talk and you talk to all the people out there, you can easily see that no town takes care of its senior citizens as well as Woodbridge Township does. And because of what you mean to us, look, just today, you just gave us an idea. That's how this works. I didn't think of Avenel Park. I forgot we have a trail there. That's the way this works. You come up with ideas, you help us, we help you. It's great collaboration. We're open, we talk, we listen. So once again, thank you all for coming out today. Thank you for being at all our programs and on taking advantage of all of our services. Thank you for letting these people behind me help you. And once again, we're the best town around because of people like you. Thank you. Did I get everything? Oh, questions, I'm sorry, go ahead. Property taxes for seniors is handled as a state program. The best thing I can recommend you do is contact the Senate office of Joe Vitale and the Assembly office of Assemblyman Coughlin and Lopez. The number is 732. You want to write it down? There is a program called the Property Tax Freeze, and if you get in that, your taxes are frozen. And there's also a veterans discount. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, you can call you too? What number? Same 62? 732? I know it. Come on. Now I'm confused. 726. I know it. Ethelene, I know it. It's 622662. It's not hard. I'm a numbers guy. 732. You got me confused. 726. 6262. Or if you want to call the senator, all right, who knows the senator's number? Let's see, hot shots. Nobody. 732-855, I just called him this morning, 855-7441. They can help you with that. We have no local programs. It's all handled through the state. Any other questions? Yes. Not a question? Uh-oh, come on up. You're what? Oh, let's go.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ethelene or Veronica. I stand here with a lot of hats, like my family here. I have 3 homes. One I pay rent, and one I pay tithes, and one is free. I love all these young people. I was looking for an older sister or older brother, but I can't find none. And I tip my hat to you guys, multi-service, the buses, everybody that does everything, and this young man here. All right, so God bless you all and continue to do the work. And folks, please, if you enjoy this, the multi-service, just give a call or drop a note and say thank you.
All right. Now, Ethelene, I don't know if you know it, but there's this little thing called an election in 23 weeks and 6 days. Not that I'm counting, but can I borrow you for the next 23 weeks and 6 days and take you on the stump with me? I'm going to just have you follow me around and just grab the microphone anytime you want, baby. Uh-oh, now I started. I don't know. There we go, my fault. This is my fault. I'm on this one.
I have a lot of channels to go.
A lot of what?
You got to go to Miss Michelle. You got to go to...
Oh, to get to you, I got to go through them?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
They're your agents, your representatives? All right, I got to book you to get them to book to you. Okay, I got it. Thank you. I dare ask any more questions? No one's going to ask me a question now. Seriously, we're all going to stick around for a bit. If you want to come up and just ask us privately what you don't want to ask us publicly, that's fine. Once again, thank you all for coming out.